And joining us now is Jackson DuBois, the executive director of the Timber Framers Guild, and he worked on restoring the cathedral's iconic spire, and we'll be going to that reopening ceremony this weekend. Jackson, this was a massive undertaking on a structure that's been around since the 13th century. What was it like to work on this?
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me here. It was an amazing experience for sure. The work that I took part in was on the Gothic parts of the spire, and being able to work side by side with French carpenters, craftspeople, timber framers, and represent the Timber Framers Guild here in this work, and all the other organizations that helped in helping the United States represent at this. Hands House Studios. It was a really fantastic experience. A lot of work.
Yeah, tell us about how you went about rebuilding the spire. How did you try to replicate the original?
Yeah, we were working from drawings that had already been done and reproduced from the drawings of Viollet-le-Duc. The spire is a little bit later than 13th century. It was finished in the mid-1800s. Notre Dame went for a long time without a spire, actually. And so we had the drawings from Viollet-le-Duc and the fantastic French engineers and architects reproduced those drawings to modern specifications, and designed all the wooden joinery in there, and we used a mix of hand tools and power tools. The spire was actually completed just a decade before the Eiffel Tower was raised. So wow. It's a somewhat modern piece, but still a beautiful Gothic execution. So
fascinating, and I imagine it was intricate kind of work. Is there anything that's different in the design now?
Well, there's some fire suppression systems inside, that's for sure, as well as probably some kind of structural frames, because something that is that high is taking a lot of wind and a lot of just loads, gravity loads, and moving all of that kind of those forces down to the stone. So to try to make the whole thing as stable as possible, I'm sure that there were some modern engineering approaches, but the woodworking was the part that I was a part of.
And we have about 30 seconds, and you lived in France for 3 months to do that work on the reconstruction of this project. What was the most difficult or unexpected part of the restoration for you?
I would say that the most difficult part was the language barrier that existed. My French is quite poor. My family's been in the United States for many generations. But being able to really come together with French craftspeople, and with the tools and the knowledge that we share, there's kind of a language of timber framing and a language of carpentry that we shared. But it was a constant navigation, and a real challenge. Yeah. And I'm working on my French now because it's a shame not to be able to get.
Well, thank you for sharing your gift of the craft. And Jackson DuBois, enjoy the ceremony as it reopens to the public this weekend. Thank you so much for joining us.